Jane says, have you seen my wig around?
Feel naked without it. She goes to
I want her to go. That's okay, man. She don't like them anyway. Jane says I'm going away to Spain. Get my money saved. Try again tomorrow.
You know what's been pissing me off?
What?
John in the morning. John in the... Do you know that?
Is it a new song?
It's fucking KEXP's intro song for...
Oh, John Richard?
John the DJ. He's got a bunch of kids singing it.
Oh, yeah.
The shrieking of children, I'm fucking sick of it. It's really just getting to me,
The laughter of children is supposed to be the most beautiful sound.
Yeah, well, not after you've seen the kinds of things I've seen from children.
Are we rolling right now?
The fruit. And the fruit. The brute and the fruit. The brute.
The fruit and the fruit.
Hey, it's the Brute and the Fruit, and we're back at season 2 by popular demand.
All right.
The world-renowned show is back. You wanted it, you got it. It's season 2. Burger, it's great to be back.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
We're at spruced up studio. Things are looking great, like I said.
A little extra space.
Everyone wanted us...
We've been inundated with emails and phone calls and text messages.
Demands.
Twitter
tweets. When's the next season? When's the next season? When's the next season? And,
well...
and then we're giving it to them now. And I'm really, the demand was there. There's thunder and lightning going on right now outside. So if you hear any rumbles or anything, that's not a fart.
Nope.
There it is right there.
Yeah, I wonder if that picked up.
Yeah.
As always, we're joined by our beautiful producer, Tim. Tim, it's great to see you, buddy.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, I'm excited, guys. It's going to be a good season. We're going to make some improvements. But I don't think we should talk too much about the support for them. We should just be happy that we have a second season, right?
I'm thrilled.
Oh, I
had no doubt.
Be grateful,
I
right?
thought, well, yeah, I'm hey, I'm grateful for everything. This life is a blessing for all of us. All of us being here, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle. It's like Norm Macdonald said. What the chances of us being here are just impossible. Your great grandparents had to meet and have sex, and then they had to meet. Everybody had to meet together and have sex, and then here we are.
Yeah, and so I'm never gonna take it for granted that we're here. But I mean,
right?
People wanted us here. It's the demand. The demand was here for us, and we're just giving it to them.
I mean, I really like your enthusiasm. I don't know where you're getting those statistics, but I'm glad. I mean, I'm here, so.
We're good.
Well, it's an all-new season. It's an all-new season. Man, it just feels great to be back in the saddle, right?
Yeah, it took us a little longer. I had kind of a health issue.
You got struck by the plague.
For a little bit, yeah.
You got the AIDS.
Yeah, I didn't use protection.
Oh, God.
Everybody saw it coming.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would come so soon and so hard.
You kicked it pretty quick. It was 7-Up and chicken noodle soup and just a lot of sleep, right?
I thought you had to mix something red with the 7-Up.
Robitussin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about blood. No, I just, soup and soda, some booze. Spruce right up. Yeah, some vitamin C. No more AIDS.
You're fine?
Yeah, everybody... Oh, there it goes again.
Nice flash of lightning.
You do have a cough, though, a persistent cough.
I do have a persistent cough ever since I got AIDS and got rid of it.
Okay.
Got my Moderna vaccine, so I think that was probably...
It's what happens when you sit on a public toilet, or how'd you get the AIDS?
Do
you think the Moderna vaccine cured it? Sorry, answer the question.
I think so. No, I think I got it just from... I don't know.
I heard you can get it from sitting on
app. I got it from an app.
There's some people you can shake hands. Well, I don't know.
What kind of app? Like a jalapeno popper or bowl of chips.
Calamari. I like calamari.
Both.
Okay.
All three.
Yeah, you got.
But I'm better now, except for
Seafood's
my
gotta be
persistent
cooked well.
cough. So if somebody makes me laugh, we might have to cut out like a 5-minute section
Yeah.
where I'm having a coughing fit.
Give him some, give him a break, guys. He's had AIDS.
Yeah, I had a problem the other morning. I was taking out the dog.
He had AIDS or has or whatever, but he
I think
does
it's past
definitely
tense,
has
I don't know.
he's got the whole Tom Hanks in Philadelphia look going with the scarf and the hat. I really like that touch.
Mhm. Yeah, I lost some
Yeah.
weight, which is nice.
Yeah, looking slim.
When
Yeah.
you walk around, you play
Good.
"Streets of Philadelphia" by Bruce Springsteen.
Mm-hmm.
I was bruising better. Anyways, go on. Continue.
That's
talking.
right. Yeah, I have had like really bad coughing fits. So I was like, I took my dog out the other morning, and he's old, so he like shits randomly when I'm trying to take it, and then he'll start shitting, but then he won't realize that he's got a piece of shit hanging from a hair that's out of his ass, and so
God.
he walks around with poop, and it's got worms in it,
Please
and it's
don't.
just disgusting.
I don't
So I
care about shit
went outside and
anymore.
threw up, so that was nasty. But other than that,
He's got worms.
I'm at 95%. Yeah, he's dying. We don't want to spend money on treating his
So you're
worms.
gonna let him die slowly.
Yeah, and while he
I
suffers.
think you should probably do it quickly. The less shit you have to deal with, in my experience, is a good thing.
My dad has a buddy that likes to kill old dogs. Like when they get old, he likes to take
likes
them
to?
around.
That's
Execute him.
called a psychopath.
Yeah,
That's called like a serial killer.
yeah. He's,
Of
Speaking of-
dogs.
And speaking of which, serial killers today, of all big day today, they finally identified the Zodiac Killer.
allegedly.
I can't believe it. It's hard to believe at this point. It's like,
Well,
how could
there's-
they even?
It's not totally figured out. They think because it's like it's a group of independent, like former cops or investigators or something.
So wait, so this is kind of like some asshole who's like, "We found the Bigfoot. We got the evidence."
Yeah,
Mm.
guys that have 7 seasons of searching.
Look at
for
his
Bigfoot.
footprint. Sir, that looks like a pile of poop. No, it isn't footprint.
Well, that is a pile of poop. That's my poop. I'm talking about the footprint next to the poop.
Yeah, there's for 7 seasons. They're just like they're walking around at night and like looking around. It's like Blair Witch. You hear that? Did you hear that? That was a squatch. Like that was a deer stepping on a branch. Oh man, that noise. That can only be one thing, man. That's a squatch. It's evidence. There's squatches around here.
So do we have the story about Zodiac pulled up?
Yeah, is this Bruce Springsteen?
Anytime Burger talks, I'm just gonna have this playing in the background.
Because he's got the remnants
Yeah, because
of...
this is from the AIDS movie.
Oh. I'm hoping this is still marketable content, but we really need to be... I don't know if that's going to be copyrighted.
I don't think anybody will know. Nobody knows who Bruce Dickinson is.
Is Bruce?
Bruce Dickinson.
I thought his name was...
Springsteen.
No, he's the bald guy. He's...
Bruce Willis.
Yeah. You're talking about a different guy.
Die Hard.
That's a different artist.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Die Hard is a movie about AIDS. I think that's where he's getting the confusion.
Yeah.
We all know that. Yeah, Die Hard is about AIDS. It's about that's what the whole
Guys,
see,
I'm
Bruce
really
Spring-
hoping...
Bruce
don't
Willis.
remember-
Bruce Willis. That was the whole point of the movie. Is he was going there to tell his wife that he had AIDS from having gay butt sex and as a cop. He was undercover and he had gay butt sex. Contracted AIDS. He shows up and then it just so happens that Hans Gruber's taking over at the same time.
I never saw that movie,
yeah.
but that sounds like the 80s.
It's a
guys,
it's a Christmas movie and an AIDS movie at the same time.
I don't know what we can and can't talk about to be marketable still, but I feel like this music and
Marketable.
AIDS, yeah. We want to be able to make money to continue to exist, right?
Are we gonna get
You wanna
demonetized?
monetize.
Is there cursing
Well, I've
in the
got to
song?
market us to investors before we can get monetized.
But I thought we had investors that you had spouted off in a text about having.
Well, there's been a lot of shitty things that have happened
having
lately,
all these
you know?
investors name page or whatever.
Name page?
Or
Face?
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about that. So, let's just say we're still on the hunt. And
Here's
the
some Bruce
tragedy.
Willis for you.
We don't need a soundtrack, do we?
Bruce Willis has an album called The Return of Bruno. Who the fuck's Bruno?
That's his nickname.
I
dude, this
don't
sounds
want to
great.
know
Hold
what
on.
the royalties are going to be on this, but we probably shouldn't play it.
Yeah. Why? Is there cursing in it? Is there swearing? We'll bleep
No,
on the
royalties is a different.
swearing. Yeah.
It's So yeah,
Yeah. Now play "Miss You" by Rolling Stones.
guys, seriously, we're trying to make this into a usable show.
You ever heard Tim Curry's solo albums?
No, I wouldn't listen to anything that gay.
Yeah, this is nice. I like this. This is good party music.
Guys,
you should
come
put that
on.
on the rotation next time DJ
Definitely.
Diabetes.
DJ Diabetes. Wah, wah, wah. DJ Diabetes.
We're wasting time right now. Hey, looking to get into the podcasting game? We have a high-quality opportunity for you. We here at The Brood and the Fruit are a worldwide auditory entertainment vehicle delivering content to consumers since 2020. Look, sometimes quality matters more than quantity, and our consumers are some of the most discerning in the business. Little known fact, ex-associate of Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, has a seamstress, and that seamstress has a house that is worked on by a general contractor, which is heard of our show. So, for the opportunity of a lifetime, email us at brood.n.fruit@gmail.com. We're eager and ready to receive.
DJ
Diabetes. You're right, Tim. Hold on. Tim's right. We got to get wrangled back in.
Okay.
It's a new season, new professionalism, less bullshit, less
Thank you.
cock
It
and
sounds
balls
like
and
you
stuff.
actually listened for once.
Brute and the Fruit, Season 2.
Fruit of the Fruit Season 2.
Cocked and rebloated.
More bloated. Cocked and more bloated.
You know, I can't say I
More cock and rebloated.
agree with most of the things you people say, but
You people, what do you mean by you people? What's that supposed to mean? You
they're
people.
well, degenerates and deplorables
Extrapolate on that.
are marketable right now, and we can get monetization for this kind of nonsense. So just got to keep it within some boundaries. I don't really get it because I don't really understand why this show still exists, but we're gonna somehow
Because it's popular.
It's popular.
Yeah, there are a lot
people-
of terrible people like you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great,
that's
fucking-
good.
That's a great thunder right there.
That's good thunder. Oh, I love a lightning storm. It's been too long since last time.
Oh,
And I exposed the skylight
Exposed
today.
Skylight for it. This is beautiful.
Oh, man.
yeah, this was a room full of junk, and now there's less junk.
So, first order of business today, we found out that they identified the Zodiac Killer. It's Texas Governor Ted Cruz, or Senator, or whatever.
Right.
Ted Cruz has finally been outed as the Zodiac Killer.
I thought it was his dad.
They found
No, his dad killed JFK.
oh,
They found at least 17 Mexican children in his basement that he had been diddling profusely
Oh, God.
for the last 4 or 5 years or so.
that's what they were talking about when
he
they
just
said
picks
the
them up
kids
at
in
the border
cages.
apparently, and then he does dirty, nasty things to them. And then one of those little kids spit some of his cum out onto
Oh, God.
a microscope
I really don't think
slide, and they
get
did
this
the
graphic about
match.
the story.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz, Zodiac.
I didn't think the Zodiac Killer was a sex pervert.
They're all sex perverts, dude.
That's why they want open borders down at Mexico, because then they can get all these undocumented kids in, and then they can kidnap them and sell them and trade them off and take them to the underground tunnels to the White House.
Professionalism, guys. Let's just try to keep
Yes,
it.
underground tunnels. Yes,
Let's
yes.
try to keep it
With the
professional.
opening, man, a lot
This
of the
sounds
openings
like
are at the
hearsay.
national parks.
I don't know where
underground
you're
military
getting your,
bases. They're
what
called
your
dumb.
sources are for this, but let's just try to,
And like
let's
Brian
keep it above
Laundrie.
board. You know, we don't have to degenerate into this kind of
Since
talk.
when did you become Mr. Censorship?
Rumor has it you were hanging out with Brian Laundrie in Wyoming when you were
Who's
dumping
that?
Helen off.
Who's that again?
That's your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, Helen, your ex-fiance.
No, laundry. I don't.
Brian Laundrie, he was the man who he's on the lam right now because his fiance was found dead in Wyoming.
Oh,
Gabby Tito Martinez. Or
Now, was she killed by the Zodiac Killer? Do we know if that's the case or not?
I think. Well, if you look at the composite sketch of the Zodiac Killer, it does look like it could be Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, good lightning! Here comes the crash.
Here it comes.
Not as close.
Oh, not
That
as
was
close.
weak. That was
Weird.
weak.
Well, guys,
Without the big crash, it sounded like
I
dead
really
air.
appreciate you taking the initiative to gather stories for the show, but I don't really like the direction they're going in, and I think we're gonna have to change it a little bit
Okay.
to something maybe a little more positive, a little less death.
There was a
Here's
murder
what-
that was caught. Did we got? There's a closure here for the families.
I don't know about the Ted Cruz thing. That sounds a little outlandish, but
I got my sources. You know what I mean? I'm not going to expose my sources because
okay.
then I won't be able to get the scoops that I get from my scoops, but I trust my sources.
Yeah.
Here's another one from my source. Turns out the sicko that made Facebook just lost $7 billion.
Now that one's definitely
Yeah.
true. I wouldn't
Yeah,
call
I
him
was
a
reading the story
sicko
on
at
that,
all
too.
in any way. I don't know why you would say that.
That lifeless, like, demon man.
You're talking,
Yeah.
Are you talking
The guy
about,
with the
are
face
you
that looks
talking
like a
about Mark?
dead fish.
Why would you talk
Yeah.
about Mark like that? Mr. Zuckerberg?
Eisenberg played him in that Fincher movie.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
Social Network.
Yeah,
Cincinnati. I get my underwear in Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yeah, I was reading this tragic story. The Zuckerberg, his net worth went from $500 trillion to $494 trillion.
Those are not real numbers, but it was a terrible loss.
God, we need to start passing a hat around for the son of a bitch.
Yeah, we need to start
How can you live without that?
I'm glad you guys are. I'm glad we're in agreement on this. First thing in the show, I think that we can agree on. This is when you lose that much of something you work to create.
The guy lost
You lost
over
a lot, right?
$999 million times 6. And still has over 120 times $999 million plus. Think about that.
Yeah, he's a hardworking man.
Think of how many lifetimes you would need to think of the ways you could spend $121 billion.
Yeah, and and this hard work, this asshole just jerked off on his computer a bunch and compared women to farm animals, and then got to because everyone was bored and signed up on it.
Well, are you guys saying you don't want to take part in the charity?
What charity?
Well, the Zuckerberg refund charity we're starting.
I didn't know we were starting that. You're starting that under? Is that under our?
Is
Yeah,
that
it's
under
for the-
the
well,
umbrella of the Brute and Fruit Productions?
Yeah, I mean we were.
I'm
all
not
gonna
sure if
take-
I'm comfortable with that at all.
I was hoping you guys would take part in it so that it's. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. We're gonna gain publicity while raising money for this great man. With like a walkathon kind of thing, which is good for you.
Our very own Charles Foster Kane here, Zuckerberg. Have you seen Citizen Kane?
No, I've never seen Citizen Kane.
Yeah, essentially the Mark Zuckerberg. That's why they compared Social Network to Citizen Kane.
Oh,
It's
okay.
similar. Because except Citizen Kane used fake names, but it was about William Randolph Hearst, who owned like all the newspapers back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zuckerberg essentially owns the internet.
Yeah, he's a very successful man, smart guy.
They compared it to Citizen Kane as a movie, like greatness, or compared it the story.
I think it was more. I've heard it being thrown around as the Citizen Kane of the 2010s.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
It's like calling Greta Van Fleet the
No,
Led Zeppelin of
no,
the 21st
No.
century.
No.
not at all. Not at all. How would you say that? You didn't think the Social Network was good?
I thought it was all right.
I think it's a fantastic.
I wouldn't
movie.
say it was like. I've never seen
It's
Citizen
tremendous.
Kane, but I know the
Really?
the
I
importance
think
of Citizen
Social
Kane.
Network is a tremendous movie.
I thought it was good and not like standout like I would remember it.
Oh, see,
Yeah, I don't even remember it
I've
barely.
watched it a ton. It's one of those movies that's very rewatchable.
Yeah, I bet I might have to watch it again. So yeah, it was a stock slide after that whistleblower. I haven't really read about it much. The whistleblower came out and said dirty shit about Facebook and Zuckerberg, and then
Is that the,
and then his stock
bitch
dropped.
they've been? Yeah, I've been hearing about some fucking lying bitch.
Yeah, because I guess for whatever so she was blowing the whistle on some real obvious shit. It's like, Facebook would let they essentially for their own gain would let certain posts be posted about whether it was good or bad.
It sounds like something made up by some dumb.
Like, wasn't
Dumbo.
it? It was like like a negative post or some hateful post or some shit. Facebook would let it ride because it was beneficial to them or whatever, and it's like, well, duh.
Yeah, it'd be like if the whistleblower came out against Twitter and they're like, yeah,
you guys are letting the Taliban post on your site, and then
but you banned the president of the United States.
And yet the person on Twitter's like, well, they haven't crossed any guidelines yet.
Yeah.
Just one beheaded video.
Yeah, but the New York Post
There's
gets
only one
banned
strike
because they
so far.
violated the terms and conditions of their
Yeah, it's a real
account.
shame, right? That someone had to go and fucking say the obvious, be a dumb bitch, Because I don't know how filled in you guys were, but that was the potential. I mean, half our views are from Facebook.
The whistleblower was our sponsor?
No, Facebook.
You were in...
Because you can get shows like kind of syndicated, or like, you can pay to have them promoted, but then once you get to a certain level, they'll promote it for you, and it's kind of like a backdoor deal that we're gonna get into.
Oh, Burger really likes backdoor deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are the only kind of deals I do.
So I don't know, but anyway, that it was gonna be a great thing for us, but since that.
It's off the table now?
It's horrible. I mean, their fucking stock dropped a tremendous amount, and they've frozen assets.
Yeah, I think he lost 5% of his wealth, which the stocks are going to go back up in a month, and he's going to be right back to where he started, only richer.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope, because
Yeah.
we need to find.
Let's keep our
another
fingers crossed.
sponsor.
But he's lost.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Zuckerbergs and
Zuckerbergs. Is there more than one Zuckerberg on this planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was like Data from Star Trek. He's just the only one in existence, and he's also an android.
What if he's?
He's
Wait, I was
just
saying,
a
what if
normal guy with a
he was like
family?
an android, or like a android? Wait, is android the humanoid robot? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if he was an android from China, which is why he's attracted to Chinese women and is married to a Chinese woman, and he's like was sent to infiltrate America. And this was all like one
Guys,
big.
this is probably not helping with
Think
our
about
case.
think about this. China
getting
spent an
sponsorship.
entire like generations and generations of just having like one male child, right?
Yeah.
So there's overabundance of males living there, male citizens, right? It's a communist country, which means they all have to do military time. So they've just been stockpiling all these pawns. They release a virus on the world that's killing everyone, and then they have Zuckerberg, who's got everyone tethered to the Matrix. It's perfect time for China to strike.
I
So
don't think
quite
there's
the
anything
theory.
wrong with what you're saying at all. I think it really holds water, this theory. And think about it, it's multiple things too, like the whole our government is sort of like, we were sending money to the Wuhan lab
And
and
like
everything.
John Cena apologizing
John
for
Cena,
Cena's
who's
supposed
the
to be
United
Mr.
States
America.
liaison.
Yeah.
He's the ambassador to China,
Right.
U.S. ambassador to China, John Cena.
Okay.
And he did that whole apology thing
Yeah.
about time. There's a lot of this is adding up.
Yeah, and like,
Oh, big flash.
That was a big flash. Here it comes. Yeah. That was a good one.
From Death Valley, the Undertaker.
All right, here's something embarrassing. Mark Zuckerberg
oh,
was
guys, can we not?
no, you'll like this. He used to be the fourth richest person in the world.
Oh,
And now he's the 5th.
Fucking
loser.
He's not gonna be allowed to eat at the cool table anymore.
This table is reserved for top 4 only.
Oh, but come on, guys. Come on.
I was worth 140
Did you
billion
see
last
that
week.
movie?
You're gonna walk in the walkathon to raise money.
You got to go sit at the table with Warren Buffett, loser, pussy, bitch.
Baby, no. He brought his own lunch.
Warren Buffett
Would you
takes
like a
naps
bologna sandwich? Sit down, Mr.
Hey.
Zuckerberg.
Zuck.
Everyone
Zuck.
knows Warren Buffett loves Dairy Queen.
Hey, Zuck, would you like some of my bologna sandwich?
Ah! Yeah, so top.
I'll trade you my pudding cup for that French fry.
Give me the snack pack. Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. I thought Jeff Bezos was the richest. Elon Musk,
yeah, they were,
like
like,
200 and
trading
something
off.
billion.
How the fuck is Elon Musk so rich?
Again, I feel like
is a Chinese robot.
No, I was gonna say no. Zuckerberg's a Chinese robot. Elon Musk is an alien that is from those fucking UFOs that they've been.
Yeah.
So
classified.
he's really just rich from stock in his company being sold.
And I think jerking off old men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's how a lot of people. That's how a lot of people get their money. That's a line that I was never really willing to cross.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to
That
give a lot
surprises
of.
me. I
Yeah,
figured
why
you
would you-
You'd be fine.
You
with
were
it.
willing to. You almost went to a stranger's house and got like a
Glory hole.
glory hole with someone you didn't know. It could have been an old person.
It probably was because that's the pictures that I received, and they were not like it could. They were probably they were fake. Looking back on it, and I thought maybe at the time, but it was I was willing to take a risk.
Until you
But
got there.
until
you're
the
gonna get murdered
until I
someday.
until I showed up, and then I was like, all right, I'm here. You want to like come outside and get me because it's down this long
Come get
gravel driveway.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, come out and meet me. And like, oh, I was hoping you just come in here in the dark. It's up the stairs, second door to the right, and you be like kind of quiet.
That's how.
and
you
just
get
pull your dick
killed.
out and stick it in a hole that's in the wall. I was like, I can't. Nope.
In the movie version of it, he does reluctantly.
Who?
Me.
Burger does. Like he pulls in and he's like,
There's a movie version.
there's a movie
that-
version of this where Burger's like,
Oh,
he like pulls in the driveway, puts it in park, and like he gets like a buzz, like, and he looks at his text, and it's like one of us, and it's like, hey, dude, what you doing? And then it's just like, nothing. I'll see you tomorrow or something. And as the viewer, you're like, this motherfucker's not getting out of here alive.
No.
So then he gets a text and it's like, just come upstairs, second door on the right, put your dick in the hole.
be quiet.
Be quiet. And it's like, okay. And then he like walks up to the door slowly, and he opens the doors like, and then he kind of walks in. He's like, it's like really quiet in there, and there's like dim light. Maybe the TV's going in another room, like where the door's closed, but you like only cracked a little
What's
bit.
in the room that he goes into? Like nothing?
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh God, I'm scared.
So now Burger walks up the stairs quietly, you know, feeling really skeeved out. Like in between walking through the door into the stairs, he's already flipped back and forth like 4 or 5 times on is this a
Like,
good
oh,
idea
I'm
or
not gonna
not?
do it,
Like,
I'm not gonna do
I'm
it.
not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But finally,
Is
he
he
does
like
it.
pausing when he walks? He's like,
No. But he did. There is a pause because like the creak in the stairs. He's like, oh shit.
gotta
And
be
he walks
quiet.
up and then he's just like walks into goes like a second door, walks in, and yeah, there's just a room, carpet. But then it looks like there's a fake wall that's been put up. So there's like a wall where you're like, that wall's been put. That's a like a suspicious, as if you know, like as if you're at like a haunted house. Or
It's
something.
like a sex
It's
tension.
a prop wall.
Yeah, it's a prop wall.
With a giant
With-
with a hole in the wall, and then like like night like glow in the dark, you know what I mean, like the fluorescent green, like glow in the dark with arrows, like 3 arrows pointing down to the hole.
There's like a purple glow from somewhere.
So a little bit purple, like black light, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Burger goes just walking up, and he just like kind of puts his D into the hole, flops it in there.
Well, you don't
and then
see
just
that.
kind of like shakes it. No, but what you do see is from the other side, you see like a close up of the D come poking through the hole,
Wait,
and like
what?
a little shake. Like,
We're not gonna see the dick.
Playing
why
tiddlywinks.
not? It's rated R. It's fine. You can show dick in rated R.
Yeah, you can show anything in rated R. You can see like BJ's in rated R now.
I guess I haven't been.
Rated R is on primetime TV. Have you ever
So
seen
it's
American
gonna
Horror
be.
Story Hotel?
I mean, it's not.
No.
It's a prop dick. It's not his real dick. It's a
Right.
prop dick.
Whoa,
It's a close up.
okay.
And you just see the dick like kind of shaking, like a and then it cuts back. Camera cuts back to Burger, and it's like close up like on his face. And he's kind of like, wait, you can see like the movement.
He's
too,
fishing.
Like, of him,
He's
Yeah, because I'm also up against a wall.
Yeah,
a
he's
prop
like-
wall, so I'm
like jiggling it, and then
It's like, come here.
yeah, and then it cuts back to an up close shot of the D kind of like shaking there, but then the D goes out of focus, and you see like this like figure that's like hunched over like behind it, like you can see it's like hairy and stuff, and then it cuts
Like
back
Schmeagol.
cuts back to Burger, and he's like shaking
Is that
it.
that's on the dick wall side?
Yeah, that's
dick
on the dick wall
of
side. So like the
Yeah.
dick is out of focus. And so then it's like it's in focus and then it goes out of focus and you see the figure behind it, right?
Okay.
Artistic.
And then you see Burger shaking it so like
Keeps cutting back to Burger's face.
yeah. And kind of like and he's kind of like and then you
He's
see,
like,
you
when am I
see the
gonna
figure
get-
again move, like kind of scurry over to
it
to the
scurries.
D.
It scurries silently.
The figure
Yeah,
scurries.
it scurries over to the D, and then it cuts back to Burger, and then you see Burger, and he's kind of like, oh, and so then now as a viewer, you're like, whatever that figure is has his D in its mouth,
Mhm.
and then it's just still on Burger, and then you just hear
I don't like where this.
and then you just and then
Yeah.
his dick got bit off. It just
Knew
Is
chopped
this a
off.
short film?
No, that's the opening scene of the film.
Okay.
You're
okay.
the first victim.
So this is like a demon creature that feeds on dicks?
I don't know what it is yet.
We'll
We need
find,
to-
you'll
we need to
find
start
out at the end of the
exploring
movie. Okay.
I think it's just whoever it is, they're just real fucked
I
up.
like the dick feeding demon. That's actually like it only survives on penis. I mean,
That sounds like
that's
it's an
pretty
allegory.
titillating.
That sounds like a porn. A porn.
Brought to you by Brute and the Fruit Productions
yeah. Ugh.
with 20th Century Fox. The Dick Demon.
Did you guys like that porn I sent you?
You sent us a porn?
Yeah, the intro to an adult film.
Oh, yes, I did.
That
yeah.
was so stupid.
That was, yeah.
That was so dumb.
It rips the skin.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
My daddy taught me.
Yeah, these guys are retarded.
I don't think that's a word we can use on the new...
Yeah, please. Okay.
Um,
Would you grow up?
what the fuck is this? All right. We should, so should we continue talking shit about Mark Zuckerberg and
Well,
what a loser he is?
No. He's a great guy, and we're still hoping to do business with him. Please get in contact with us.
Your
Facebook.
story reminds me of a radio rental.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the one where that guy gets taken back by the girl, and it turns out then he gets to the house, and then he's like drunk. He goes to the bathroom. He comes back out, and there's like a different woman there with like a wig on.
Oh.
Remember that story?
I think you told me about I don't know if I listened to that
Oh,
one.
that one was so
I
creepy.
thought I listened to all of them. That's, yeah.
That one was so creepy. This dude's at the bar. For those of you who don't know, this is a show called Radio Rental. It's fantastic. But that story reminds me because like it's a dude. He's telling, and this is supposedly true, that he went to the bar with a friend and he had been drinking. He was at a pretty in his early 20s and he was drinking a lot at the time. So he decided he was going to take some time off from getting really wasted. And so his buddy got trashed and he was like keeping an eye on his friend. And there was this like really smoking hot redhead chick that started talking with him. And he assumed that she was just trying to get money or trying to get, not money, but trying to get like drinks and stuff for free. But so they kept kind of telling like, we don't got money or whatever. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. Kept like feeding them drinks. And he was like, it was a little suspicious because she was really into my buddy who was really drunk. And as soon as she found out that he was more drunk than I was, she was all about him. So she's trying to take his friend home at the end of the night. And he's like, I'm not letting you take my friend home. Like, he won't know where he's at. He won't know his car. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We could both go with you, but you're not just taking him. And she's like, well, why don't I take you? And she's like, oh, you know, fine, because she thought he was drunk too. So he sent his buddy home in a taxi, called the dude's sister, let him know that he was coming home. And so he went with the girl, and the girl's like, man, and he like tripped on the way out. She's like, oh man, you're really drunk, aren't you? And she got like really into it that he was drunk. And then he was just kind of like it was like he admits it was like his morbid curiosity trying to figure out what was going to happen. So then he got in the car with her, and she drove. And she's like, let's get more booze. And
my curiosity is never that morbid.
And he's like, yeah, get a pint.
I would totally do this.
Get a pint of something with some apple juice or whatever is what he told her. And she goes in, she comes out with a half gallon instead of like a pint, and was like really trying to force him. And so he started, or maybe it was a fifth or something. She came out with a lot more than what he had asked for. And so he was like, taking drinks of the apple. He drank all the apple juice and was then like, she kept like wanting him to take drinks of the booze. So like he drank all the apple juice and then was like pretending like he drank it and then like spitting it back into the bottle. So he couldn't, trying to keep his faculties.
Yeah.
So they get to this house, and they get to the house. There's no lights on within the house. They walk up to the front door. They just walk right in. No, the door's not locked, because he was like, hey, you know, are there going to be people there? Like, I don't feel like interacting with anyone, you know. And she's like, no, just be us. So they walk into this house with no lights or nothing, and it's unlocked. So when they get in the door, he says she turned around, she locks it, and he goes, well, that's weird. It wasn't locked when we walked in. Why is she locking it all of a sudden now?
Mm-hmm.
So then he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, and he starts to like drink water, and he's trying to like sober up. As he's doing that, he can hear voices out in the living room.
Oh, that's so crazy.
You do it. No, you do it. He's drunk. You didn't and he could hear multiple voices. Pretty sure you hear him like a dude's voice.
Climb out the window. Fuck.
So then the dude like goes walking out, and as he's walking out, the girl with the red hair,
mm-hmm.
he could see her going off into a dark room, like another room that was dark in the house, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be right back," or whatever. And when she came back out, it was clearly a different woman that just had the wig on. He was like, it wasn't her, you know? And he said he even called her by like the wrong name that she had given him. Like he called her Crystal or something, you know? She said her name was Candace, and she didn't even bother to correct him when he was like, oh, Crystal, what? You know what I mean?
Well,
so then
I've done that.
So then he goes, I gotta go, you know, like I gotta go to the bathroom again. He goes back in the bathroom, and he hears that was when he heard the dude. The first time he heard the girls, then he heard a dude, like, oh, you know, whatever. They were chatting, he couldn't really discern it. So then he goes, fuck this, and he's like, his only shot was to go out the window. So he hopped out the window, and he said he just ran. Hopped fences, all this stuff, until he got to a spot like a gas station or something, and then he said he made sure to get himself seen on a camera at the gas station, and then was able to call and get a ride or whatever.
Oh
so he
God,
said the next day, him and a buddy during the day went back to the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And went to the neighbor,
mm-hmm.
and was like, hey, we need the number of the landlord or something here, you know, or whatever at this house. The tenant, to find out who the tenant is or whatever. Yeah. And the lady goes, oh, no one's been in that house for a while.
Oh my God.
Abandoned house.
As abandoned house. Some people, and those people were squatting in it.
Oh my God.
Turns out it's the same area, supposedly, and I don't know if there's any connection, but it was the same area as the smiley face killer.
Is this fake or real?
This is supposedly a real story.
Oh.
This podcast is a bunch a guy, the host has gone on like Reddit and all these different forums and stuff, and found real scary stories that have happened to people, and then those people come on the show and they tell their story. So whether like I said, it's supposedly real, it seemed realistic. I mean, he didn't seem like there would be no reason to lie about something like that.
Yeah, he didn't say something like a demon was crawling out of the shadows.
Said it was because there was a smiley face killers that were happening in that area. He lived in, like, I think, the New England area. Mm-hmm. And they started finding these men, young men about his age, would disappear, would just vanish. And then they would show up, and there used to be like a smiley face or something near where they were dropped off at.
Their corpse.
But like they would get either It's really fucked up. But yeah, so they were correlating it like that might have been it. They might have been the smile. You might have escaped the smiley face killer, because I don't even know if they've even found out who they were.
Or killers.
Killers, yeah. Anyways, that's what every time.
Would you do that if someone was at the bar and they're like, "Come on, well, I'll give you alcohol. Come over."
No,
No,
because I don't drink that much.
right?
It'd be different. It'd be really different. The scenario was other substances, maybe, but even then, I just feel like it's a real, especially for me, it'd be real fishy. If there was some, like, the way the man described it, he said she looked like Scarlett Johansson. If there was a Scarlett Johansson looking bitch that was like trying to lure me back somewhere, I would know something was up.
And we know Burger would do it.
No, if she looked like Scarlett Johansson, I wouldn't.
No. But if she looked like,
Well, Burger almost, that's what I'm saying. Burger almost did it.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
wasn't even based off of real pictures. That was like, it
If
was
she
like a
looked
silhouette
like
of a body. And
Timothy
like,
Chalamet or whatever his name is.
right.
Yeah.
But that's what's so. Anytime,
Yeah, I'd be like,
anytime
yeah,
we
let's
bring up
go.
that story about the glory hole, about
Yeah,
Burger's,
let's go. I like alcohol.
about Burger's glory hole, I just think of that story where that guy's like, dude, it was dark in the house.
If I heard voices, though, like multiple voices, and she said there wasn't anyone, I would just jumped out the bathroom window right then.
Well, that's what he did.
Oh, okay.
But the
But
first
No,
time
he went out of the bathroom.
He went back out there almost like as try to like say, because he almost went out there was like just be like, what the fuck's going on? But it was like that last bit of like, no, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna see. I'm going back out there, kind of to see. It's just, like I said, it was like that curiosity part going a little too far.
Man, I would just stay there actually.
Yeah. Well, on the chance that they don't kill you. Like,
my life's
what
so
are the chances they're murderers?
My life's so full of shit right now.
Almost-
I don't even want to go back home. It just sounds nice to just like disappear.
Oh,
No more having to go back to my house and discover the fucking disgusting mess.
It's a mess at your place?
Well, what's going on?
Sorry, I didn't.
What's going
I'm
on?
being negative.
No,
Well,
it's
it's
fine.
fine. We
Dish,
can,
buddy, dish. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
This is a confession booth.
And we can cut this shit out.
I got this nephew. His name's Troy, and he's 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he's a little piece of shit. He's a little motherfucker.
It's an 8-year-old. You can't call an 8-year-old a piece of shit.
Yeah, unless
Some
he's
people
like
are just like bad people, and there always will be. This is just a bad person. Like, don't like him.
All right, was Ted Bundy a piece of shit when he was 8?
Probably.
Ted Cruz a piece of shit when he was 8.
Maybe.
So why is this child? This is a child, a second grade child, a piece of shit.
So he's apparently decided that I am like a sinner or something. I don't know
Okay.
where he gets these ideas. I didn't even know that side of the family was religious. But he's got this.
So is your nephew?
Yeah, he's Julia's sister's son,
Julia,
the mother of my children.
and you're taking care of her nephews, her
Well,
nephew?
He's at the house.
So how did they foist this piece of shit 8-year-old onto you?
Well, her sister's got problems, and sometimes she needs us to watch the kid because
Us.
she can't
You
stop
and-
boozing it up.
So you and Julia are back together?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
thought I told you that.
Oh, congratulations, I
News
guess.
for a new season, I guess.
Yeah.
Mazel tov. Whatever
Thanks.
makes you happy.
Mhm.
Yeah, back with the mother of my children.
If it makes you happy.
Anyway, this Troy piece of little fucking, he will just, I'll walk into a room and he'll have a cross and he'll be like whispering and staring at me like I'm some kind of fucking demon. And he won't stop. I'll be like, Troy, it's me. What are you doing? And he'll just he won't even acknowledge that I'm there. It's like he's got this stare that goes right through you. He doesn't see anything.
Sounds terrifying. You sleep in the house?
There's something wrong with this goddamn kid, okay? I fucking wake up sometimes because he's throwing water in my face, shouting like, May Jesus rid you of this spirit. And I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? It's not okay. Like,
dude,
he's never heard anyone snore before. He hears this you snoring.
I couldn't
I'll be taking a fucking dump, and he'll just open the door and stare at me, and I'll be like, "Oh, get out of here!" You know, don't watch me shit. And he's just won't listen. He doesn't listen. He just keeps staring. So I've been hiring a nanny.
What's the longest that he stared at you while you were shitting?
Until I finished. I don't know.
He watched you wipe?
I had to shield myself and pull my pants back up and close the door to get him to go away.
And then you wiped up.
No, I wiped first. I didn't want to put my pants on. Anyway.
What if it was one of those dumps where you had to wipe like 15, 16 times?
Well, it wasn't,
you get, like,
thankfully.
the paste in the film.
Yeah.
And then you kind of almost have to scrape it off.
Troy was there.
A whole roll of toilet paper not that long ago. I'm not exaggerating on this.
Oh my God.
Because it was like the rest of a roll plus like half of another one.
Oh my God. That's demonic.
It would not go away. It was like I kept wiping and wiping, and it was as if there was a melted crayon on every wipe.
It sounds like a bad dream where you have to piss.
It's
and
like
you keep
you're
pissing.
pooping into the paper.
Yeah.
It's like when you have to piss in your dreams, and then you keep pissing, and then it's like, I gotta piss again. What the fuck? That's like how that is.
Yeah.
It's like it's a waking nightmare.
Yeah. It's like,
I just keep wiping.
Yeah. It was as if the soft serve machine was like barely pulled, right? So it was coming, and then every time you wipe, it's like you're just wiping off a new piece of the. It was as if I was shitting still or something every time I wiped.
I bet you wish we were still sponsored by Mads. It's a good way. It's a good exit strategy for that kind of scenario. Mm-hmm. Just to wrap it up.
I ran out of Mads. Finally ran out of my supply.
I don't even know where to get them anymore.
I think that
Are they still a sponsor?
No, I think they got raided. With the condom siege.
Was it the FCC or the FDA or
the
something
FDA,
like that?
Yeah,
they weren't about it. But
anyways, so you have this. You have your family. You have family staying with you. Obviously, a boy that needs guidance. And he's casting exorcism techniques on you and watching you poop.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. You know what sucks is you probably could get in trouble for that. Like if he goes to school and is like, my uncle poops in front of me, they'd be real. I was watching my uncle poop on the toilet and he was naked.
Especially since he's mentally unstable, like, and if he's really like a sick demonic weirdo, like he can go to school and be like, my uncle locks the door and he makes me watch him poop.
No. He wouldn't be because he walks in. He wouldn't say lock the door.
Well, unless he lies.
Oh, so you think
right? That's what I'm saying. He lies.
I was just thinking he would just
He's
more
evil.
innocently say like, my uncle lets me watch him poop.
I don't know. He's got that blank stare that makes me think something happened to this kid, and I would not be surprised if the teachers get that same vibe.
But they're gonna blame it on you.
I really hope not.
My uncle.
This kid's a problem. Troy. He's a problem that needs to be taken care of.
Troy,
he needs
come
to
here.
Get out of the house.
Come and talk to Miss Jefferson here.
Julia acts like I'm just being ridiculous.
Troy, is there anything you'd like to tell us? Is there anything? How's everything at home? I like to. My uncle makes me watch him poop. What? My uncle, he has me watch him poop. He is naked and he poops.
I think he is possessed.
Did you just say your uncle makes you watch him poop? Yeah.
How many times have you watched your uncle poop?
Every day. And he's always naked.
Mm-hmm. He takes all his clothes off to poop. He says that's how men are supposed to poop.
Will my pee-pee ever grow to be the same size as my uncle's? When have you seen his pee-pee? Every time he poops.
God damn it.
Every time he poop, he waggles it.
He threatens me with his wiener.
I don't do that. Guys, don't give him any more ammunition.
All right.
But
Well, sorry about your home life.
yeah, I mean, I'm paying a maid to like watch them, but she's like, "Oh, I'm not daycare." It's like, you're here, you're a woman, you know, you're in the house with children.
Well, she's there to clean you.
She's there. I'm paying her to be there. I mean,
So you're just paying a strange woman to be at the house. What's Julia
she's
doing
not
during all
strange.
this?
She comes through a business.
What's Julia doing during all this?
She keeps hanging out with a book club or something.
The book club.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I was getting spit roasted back by a couple executives.
You guys are ridiculous. No, she's a reformed woman, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's reformed. Does that mean she got her vagina sealed back
Vaginal
up?
rejuvenation
Yeah.
surgery.
She got. She
She's
didn't even have a
actually-
taint after that
She's
last.
not really in the condition. She's about to have another kid, actually.
Whoa.
She's pregnant.
Hey. Whose kid?
Mine, of course.
Oh. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't tell us these
You don't,
things.
you lead with the shitty kid instead of telling us the good
Well,
news.
that was on my mind. I mean, she's been pregnant for about 6 months now.
Wow.
Or yeah, wait.
You guys have to get wow.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. No, it's been 4 months.
Well, when she shits out the kid, then let us know, and then we can do the math from there.
Yeah, it's a ways away. We'll figure it out.
So you got a new kid coming. You've apparently taken in another kid who, it still doesn't make sense why your house is disgusting.
Oh, well. No kid's perfect, you know. I mean, my kids are better than that monster, but they have their issues. I mean,
They just don't pick up after themselves? Or?
I mean, you have a maid there.
4-year-old
to-
Jenny, she's kind of been taking up the, the religious side from Troy.
Well, that can be too bad. I mean, she's reading
I
the
mean,
Bible.
no, she prays a lot. She seems scared and confused, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
And Tommy boy, he's 6 now, and I really love that little guy, but he's been a problem lately, and that's where the mess has been coming from. That's why the maid is kind of like, you know, she's watching them, but she's cleaning, but she's also washing them.
Okay.
Because Troy doesn't flush. He doesn't flush. He likes to. The kid shits a lot. I mean, I don't know if that's part of why he keeps watching me, like trying to figure out how to actually use the toilet. But he doesn't flush or wipe.
Have you talked to him about flushing?
He doesn't listen to anything I say. So I've said many things to him, useful things. I mean, but he doesn't listen.
There's nothing in the Bible that says you need to flush.
He doesn't flush.
That's true. So he doesn't flush and he doesn't wipe.
Oh.
Oh,
So
no.
does he stink?
I mean, I try not to smell him. It doesn't radiate that far, I guess. But Tom has got a thing. He's got a thing about poop.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sounds like a lot of people
Like he's grossed out by it?
Have a poop thing in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a
very
these fucking
scat family.
kids, man.
Was your dad into poop?
No, I don't know where this came from. It's not running in the family, as far as I know. But Tom likes to take the poop out of the toilet.
Oh.
And do what with it?
Well, he likes to smear.
Oh no.
He's an artist.
How awful.
Apparently, this is not that uncommon. I mean, we've been talking to a shrink about Tom and trying to figure out what's going on, and hopefully he just grows out of it. But yeah, playing with feces is not as uncommon as I thought it would be.
Yeah, you know, Hunter Biden smears poop on canvases and sells them for like $500,000 to the Saudi prince.
That's
So I think
Interesting.
he might have a future. I wouldn't completely discourage his
Well,
expression.
I
how
really
he expresses
do. You know how much it costs to have a carpet like deep cleaned?
You realize how shamed you're making him feel every time you tell him this costs Dad
Are
a
you
lot of
kidding
money
me?
to clean up your art.
Your art.
Your art. Some
Your
things
art is
can't-
costing
You know, so I didn't realize this, but some things can't be cleaned. I mean, yeah, I guess I knew that, but when you're talking about like a fucking $3,000 couch, you think like, oh, you should be able to fucking reuse this. Now it's just no, the shit never goes away. The stain doesn't go away. The smell doesn't go away. The couch is ruined.
Well, you need to buy a leather
The
The
couch.
couch
You
is
put a
ruined. The
cover over
carpet
it.
around it's ruined. The walls have cleaned off okay, but like some of the kitchen supplies, they got tainted.
Yeah.
It's no longer usable ever again. I thought like, you can put it in the dishwasher. Sometimes the dishwasher isn't enough. I was like, it's sanitizing, right?
So
But
he's putting poop on pots and pans and dishes, and then
How much poop is going on here?
this is way too much.
I'm telling you, I don't understand how the kids pumping all this out. There's too much
What
for.
are you feeding them?
I've tried to stop feeding them, but Julia says it's not okay. I think the maid's been giving them shit.
Do you think it's the maid shit?
No, I think the maid's
She's
been
feeding.
feeding
Oh,
them.
that's why they have. That's why they don't have a problem with this shit. Is
I thought
that,
he was trying to act as if this maid is like sneakily behind his back. Psst, come here, children. Mijo, come here. I have a present for you, mijo. Here's a third. Take this third. You smear it everywhere. Smear it everywhere. Have fun, mijo.
Yeah, and then
run,
she gets
play.
paid to clean it up.
Right.
That's-
But she obviously
Job
doesn't
security.
She obviously doesn't clean it up.
she tries her best. I'm pretty sure she doesn't like it. I'm pretty sure she doesn't like cleaning up the shit.
I love the idea of a maid that's like it's like a hero complex. How a firefighter might go start a fire somewhere so that he can run in and save. She just passes turds to the children and tells them to go smear it everywhere, and then she's like, "Oh, overtime, so much work."
Mr. Tim, there's turds.
They've done
smeared
it again.
everywhere.
They've done it again.
I can't. It's too
They've done it
disgusting.
again.
It's so disgusting.
Oh,
I cannot.
Dios mío.
I no clean.
I'm no clean.
I just here's
I'm no
here's $200.
clean.
Please clean.
I'm
Oh,
no clean.
I told her every 10 minutes she needs to make sure the toilet is not have poop in it. But
How many toilets you got in the house?
4.
So at any time, there could just be a log just sitting there ready for your kid to. Now, is
So
it
does-
just
Tom's
is it,
pretty sneaky
Is
too.
it just Tom that's playing with them
Yeah.
that you know of?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah.
mean, he's
But
been caught before
The
by other
nephew-
people.
the nephew is the one that's leaving his own. He doesn't flush at all, like his pee or anything.
You know what? I mean, I know for sure. Well,
so are they working in tandem with each other? Like the one leaves the turds and the other one comes in and does turd projects?
Or is the nephew, is he conducting like Paul Dano like religious sermons in the bedroom with the children watching?
I told
Yeah.
the maid to watch for that. I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe the
one
maid's
dude's
in on it.
Maybe the maid sits there and watches them poop, and it's
I don't
freaking
think
them
so.
out, and it's causing problems. She goes in there and, do not take the turds out of the toilet.
Or maybe
and then
she
she goes
poops.
upstairs.
Well, maybe she poops and makes them watch. Maybe that's why Troy's watching
Oh,
Tim.
because she's a Catholic. She's
Yeah.
a Catholic
And so she's like,
Hispanic
she gets-
maid,
she
like
gets-
most.
She gets butt naked and sits on the toilet and she's like, oh, da, 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 and like, ching, 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 like doing like a whole seance thing. And then Tom or Troy is just watching. And the reason why he doesn't say anything to Tim is just because it's like a thing where it's like you can't steer away from a car wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining the woman
I don't-
that they're trying to hire at the beginning of the Goonies. I imagine her just stripping down into nothing and sitting on the toilet. Children, come watch.
Children, come watch. Children, story time. Gather round.
No more TV. They'll rot your brain. Come watch me poop.
Well, Tom had this before we got the maid, so I don't know. He actually got caught at school once.
Tom got caught at school.
He got caught smearing.
Smearing? Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Where was he smearing?
In the bathroom.
Oh, good. You don't want to ever have it get to the point where he pockets the turds and takes them back to class.
Brings them back to class.
Yeah. Well,
And starts writing on the chalkboard.
He's got a little lunch box that he goes to the bathroom, he takes the turd, puts it in there, closes it back up, walks back in the room, and then just dumps it out. His little red Hulk Hogan lunchbox.
Hulk Hogan, that would be messed up.
Like that red box, that lunchbox, the burger's right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're trying to raise normal children. We're not going to let them watch professional wrestling.
Well, I mean,
What?
you're doing a great job so far.
Thank
Yeah. We watched pro wrestling when we were kids, and
I never smeared my shit.
we never
anywhere.
threw
Well,
water
that's-
on our dads
it's
while they
not-
slept, and we never took shit out of the
Troy's
toilet.
not my kid, and Tom's just getting through a phase. Okay,
Okay. I never went through that phase.
me neither.
Well,
Everyone's
Maybe he's
different.
having a hard time adjusting to old daddy being around again. Do they ever ask about new dad?
They don't say that.
where's the dad that we had
I told him
not
not
too
to
long
say
ago with all the money?
Dad? We want new dad.
We want new dad. He had all the money.
Can
He
we
had a-
have pizza?
he had
No,
a-
you can't have pizza. You have to have this pork chops. I don't want pork chops. I want pizza. New dad would give us pizza.
They're not asking questions like that.
No,
Like, where's the cool dad that would take us for rides and that would take us in a boat? And
I'm the one with the boat.
yeah,
Can I
but
see new dad soon?
I'm guessing it's been
They
repossessed.
forget that I'm the one with the. I don't really want to talk about this.
Yeah, it is a sensitive subject for you. To be a cuckold.
You're ridiculous.
But now you two are back together, and she's pregs, and it's your kid. I'm sure it definitely is probably your kid for sure.
Don't sign the birth certificate
I don't know why
Until-
you guys are.
until you can get some, tests.
I don't even know where this is coming from.
Just
Like,
don't name it in case you have to get rid of
You're
it.
like coming out of fucking. You're like attacking me for no reason. Like, I'm here supporting your show, being your fucking manager and producer, and here you are just attacking my lifestyle,
We haven't attacked anything about your lifestyle.
acting like I'm some kind of cuck.
Well,
Well, you are a
You
cuck.
My wife
I'm-
and I have had differences. It's just
do you get to bang other women?
Do you remember? Yeah. Do you bang some
I-
chick while she sits in the corner and watches and weeps by herself and then loses her children?
I don't do that, and she doesn't do that to me. So
Anymore.
never
So the Halloween party last year was just
that.
That was season 1.
Yeah, that was a season ago. I wish you wouldn't bring it up.
That's non-canonical. Poor Tim.
Do we have any other stories?
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple stories. Did we want to talk about the Zodiac one? Because it sounds like it's not really set in
I
stone.
thought it was Ted Cruz.
It says here, well, I mean, according to this group says that the group says they are made up of former law enforcement, journalists, and military intelligence officers. It really just sounds like a bunch of bozos meeting in their buddy's garage and playing poker and
yeah.
getting drunk and
Yeah.
and then doing
I got an idea.
murder mysteries. We gotta figure out the Zodiac Killer. All the evidence is there. We just gotta put it all together. We'll be heroes. But yeah, so that's what it says.
Burger, I think he's pushing.
He's hoisting, and
I
I
did.
know, I can tell when he hoists, and I know what he's doing when he hoists.
Ugh.
So I'm guessing it might not be him, but if it is, that's fine. And if it is, I think he should be exonerated.
Oh, really?
Well, enough time's gone by. Unless he killed that bitch, that young gal over in Nevada or whatever it was.
Dude's dead. He died in 2018.
Yeah, he died. Gary Post.
Gary something
He's just
Post.
smearing some dead.
Oh yeah,
guy's
he needs a
name.
third. What's his middle name? It doesn't say.
It should be saying it
It should always be 3 names if you kill more than 2 people.
So what is the middle name?
There was a school
Doesn't say
shooting
here.
today.
Yeah, in Arlington, Texas. Not to be
Arlington,
confused
Texas.
with Arlington,
Washington, which we are in.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a black kid, believe it or not.
Yeah, representing finally some.
Imagine the one thing a black kid isn't better than a white kid at is a school shooting.
Yeah, everybody survived.
Yeah. No one died.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah. So I think this is a positive story.
But you would think, like if you go on a basketball court and like if you were picking teams, you'd be like, I'm going to take the black kid over the white kid for basketball, no matter what, right?
Right.
Like
Okay.
if you're doing football, you'd probably do the same thing, right? Or track and field, or boxing, or anything, anything
except swimming.
But if you, so if you're
I'm
going,
not sure this is.
if you're going like, hey, I'm going to take a school shooter in a draft, I think this kid just proved that you're probably
we can monetize.
You're probably taking the nerdy white kid.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a math group tournament thing,
don't say it.
You're gonna pick the
Asian kid.
You're gonna pick the Asian.
You had to say it, didn't you?
We're just being objective. Do you have a problem with that?
I'm just thinking. I think it's peculiar.
Hey, here's the name of the shooter. Timothy George Simpkins.
Simpkins, yeah.
So he got
three names. He gets three names,
but he didn't kill anyone. Right?
And it's the whitest name I've ever heard in my life. Timothy George Simpkins.
See, there's two types. There's two types of school shootings. There's a type like this where Timothy George Simpkins is getting in a fight with someone, and he shoots like 2 or 3 people that are around because of whatever the circumstances,
or misfires and accidentally.
Right. You have the Jalen Freiberg one in Marysville where he pulls a gun out supposedly and shoots 2 people in the head and then kills himself.
And then you have false flags.
Then you have the one, the ones that are acting out like military attacks.
Yeah,
like SEAL Team 6 busted into Osama bin Laden's bunker.
And that's how the white kids do it.
And that's how the white kids do it. That's how one white kid does it. He busts in as if it's fucking Battlefield.
Yeah, and he's tremendous at it.
He's 125 pounds, carrying 150 pounds worth of ammunition and guns.
And he assassinates 26 people in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then is on the lam for a few minutes, and then.
Did you guys hear about the one that they didn't get to do recently? The one that they got caught before they did it.
No.
It's funny because their names, Bird and Pruitt. Pruitt and Bird.
Pruitt and Bird? Is that a law firm?
They're 14 and 13 years old. They had studied the what's that old one? Columbine shooting.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
And they had maps of the gas lines in the school. They were really well researched.
Were they teaming up with a 45-year-old FBI agent?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, this is fascinating. We need to dig deeper into this.
And here's one. They studied Columbine.
These kids too. I don't remember the numbers right now, but they had the police called to their house over. It was 80 times or something, or 60 or 80 times. These kids are major. They're just trouble.
Yeah.
Pruitt and Bird won't fucking stop.
Columbine was a major failure when it comes to what their actual fucking plans were. Their plans were to fucking go in there and set off bombs and then hide out on a field and pick off everyone as they were coming out. But it didn't work. But none of that shit worked. So then they had to go around and start shooting everyone. And it got to a point where after a while, it was almost like they were bored of it. The ringleader kid was bored of it. It was a video game, and kind of done and over with it. And then that's when he killed himself.
Wow.
Yeah. If last podcast on Love did a good episode about it where it was basically the footage of, if you watch the footage of the cameras and everything, and then with the whole story, because they had, like I said, they had bombs and all this stuff that were supposed to go off that didn't. So eventually them going around and killing everyone and doing this whole thing was all just on the fly. And then, like you said, there's reports of them running around the halls and whooping and hollering like it was a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Butters on that fucking episode where he punches his dad in the balls and
He
stuff.
thinks he's in a VR simulation.
So real.
It's so real.
I can feel his balls on my fist, guys.
Yeah, Columbine was, I remember that. That was a terrifying story.
So, yeah, these kids got reported by other students.
Oh, okay.
Not a big...
Oh, you want to hear a story? I don't think he's ever told you guys this before. No joke. Nick Michelle had a girl tell the school in junior high that he brought a gun to school.
Oh, really?
Say that again.
Okay, so Nick Michelle.
Okay. Should we use his name or should we bleep out his last name? That's fine.
It.
Yeah,
he listens to the show. In 8th grade,
yeah,
got pulled from class because a girl told the school that he brought a gun to school.
What?
And
did she really think he did, or was she just being?
She was kind of gave off a real Roseanne Barr vibe to me when we were growing up. Like she's just yeah, and
you got to be real. You got to be real nasty to be an 8th grade girl.
She had a younger
Roseanne
brother who was obnoxious or something. And so I guess the way the story goes is the younger brother was like asking, "What's your backpack?" or something to Nick on the bus. And then
Nick's like,
then the kid goes, "Do you have a gun in there?" And Nick was like, "Yeah, I have a gun."
Uh-huh.
And so then the kid told his sister. His sister went to the principal and said that Nick had a gun. So they pulled Nick from class, pulled him called his parents.
Yeah.
His parents were all freaking out. And like, I think Nick, if I remember right, Nick's mom, when telling the story, thought it was ridiculous. Like, thought this was really ridiculous that she's being called in for this.
Yes.
But there's no way that Nick would have a gun. They went through his backpack, they tore apart his locker, and they're like, "Where is it? Where's his gun?" And Nick's like, "I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
I don't have a gun. I didn't bring a gun to school."
They just assume. This is only probably 2 years removed from Columbine.
Well, it was about four or so, yeah.
And this is all because some fucking spaz kid was like, "You got a gun in there?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Sure."
Yeah. And Nick was like, so then Nick would always joke. Nick would always joke about how he brought a gun to school. Like, well, yeah, apparently I brought a gun. You know, like,
when I was in 8th grade, I brought a gun to school.
Remember that time?
But I mean, in reality, you know, even though that chick was a cunt and shouldn't have told on him because he didn't really have a gun, there's a world out there where he did have a gun, a multiverse out there where he did have one.
This is after 9/11, so we know multiple fractured realities.
Same school year as 9/11.
Okay, because Columbine was 99, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was but 8th grade was for me was the 01-02 school year. So yeah,
Tim wasn't even born yet.
There was.
He was accused of bringing a gun to school.
Wow, that's badass.
Badass.
Did you ever have a real lockdown when you were in school?
What do you mean?
Like an actual lockdown where they had like not like a
not a
drill, but like an actual, like, this is a lockdown. You're stuck in your room.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
There was
I remember like doing it, but I don't remember if it was a drill or not.
So
go ahead.
Oh, you go.
No, I remember there being at least 1 or 2 times where it wasn't a drill, but maybe a false alarm.
Oh, you know what? We did have a thing where the guy, like the kid, basically, he was a teenager. He like stole a plane and he flew.
Oh yeah, the Barefoot Bandit.
The Barefoot Bandit, and he landed by our school, kind of like in the area, and they were like searching the area with a helicopter, like really close to the ground and near our school.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had to like do a lockdown for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was say we in 10th grade we had in Marysville we had a lockdown happen where I can't remember the full details. It was something about someone thought they saw guns laying in someone's yard by the school. I thought that was one of the stories. And then another one was that someone had tried to rob a bank near the school, and they were searching for him in the neighborhood by the school, so they locked everyone down. And I just remember being in the same classroom for like, it felt like an eternity, and it was a classroom where I didn't really like being in there, so it sucked. It was like, oh, this is the worst.
Why can't I get locked down?
And we weren't getting any updates or nothing, but it was like, this is a lockdown.
Yeah. I'm sure it's happened. I remember there being at least maybe a false alarm thing where it was like they thought there was something going on, or maybe there was kind of, because I lived in Everett and went to school in Everett when I was really young, so you can imagine there was probably an active shooter somewhere in the area at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always used to be in this math class, and I'd hope that we'd have a lockdown because it was with the hot teacher.
Oh.
Is this in Granite Falls?
Yeah, you know the one that would like let her nipple slip sometimes?
Ooh,
No.
nice.
What was her name?
She would bend
slip.
over, and it would like fall out of her bra, and then she would just like look up and stare at us like she knew.
She knew she was trying to let her tits fall out, so then
she was like 30.
Pull her up online.
And then she would like come by and like kind of like touch like just the pant leg area, but like not the inside, but like the top.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
like she wanted to know who got hard from it.
Oh, that's
That's a
she's
predator.
riding a real thin
Sure
line.
will.
Yeah, I
real
really
predator. A
I
real
wish I
predator.
could have like got in on that, but
What's her name?
Yeah.
Who was it?
some other kids did.
They never.
Wait. Some other kids. What?
They still haven't done a damn thing with that tomb now at Marysville High School, where Jalen Freiberg did that. I'm pretty sure they still haven't done anything with that cafeteria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just built a new one and just have left that like it's a ghost town.
Yeah. So like Sandy Hook, they just demoed it. They tore it down and replaced it.
Yeah, they haven't done that.
Yeah, that's weird. It's just a monument of
What was that
horror there.
for?
Did they clean it at least?
Remember in Marysville when that Jalen Freiberg kid shot?
Right.
Yeah, it was in the lunchroom, and it was like that was like the
Right.
main. That was the main lunchroom like that I used to go to when I was in school there and everything. Well, he did it in there, and then they essentially just boarded it up.
Oh, right. Yeah, you've told me that.
When I was in middle school, 7th grade, there was a kid that was like one of my dad's friends when we were kids.
Mhm.
It was his kid. He was a year older than me. And then he pulled the fire alarm, and so then there was all the commotion and it was during lunch.
Yeah.
So, and nobody knew at the time that he did it, but then he did it. And then he was murdered like 10 years ago and thrown into the river. Washed up down here at the, like somewhere in this.
I think
couple
we
of
went
miles.
over
we
that
talked
story
about
too.
that.
We talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he supposedly killed his girlfriend.
Right. I can't remember things we talk about in person. Or on the
Season
show.
1, guys.
Yeah, but he pulled the
Got
fire
the
alarm at
scoops.
school.
So did we talk about that kid that I went to high school with that went crazy and shot a dude point blank with an AK-47 or so AR-15 or whatever it was? Like
No,
some
I don't
assault
remember
I
hearing
rifle.
about
don't
that.
remember that. I think I talked about the Barefoot Bandit
So there-
before.
there
This
was
is
this-
like one of the few news stories.
There was this kid that went to school with us that I sat next to in classes, like from like 6th grade to like 11th grade or whatever. But he was always one of those kids who you're like, oh, that guy's kind of a piece of shit. Like you could tell they're a bad person, but like you kind of rooted for him because you wanted him to not be a bad person because you could tell like they were kind of like
On the
somewhat
cusp.
decent. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if you whatever.
If people would be nice to him and he had friends that he could be salvageable.
No, because he had friends. He was popular.
Okay.
Like girls
Oh, okay.
girls liked him and stuff. but he was a fuck up and he didn't pay
okay.
attention, didn't do, but was one of those kids that when he did pay attention, he'd get enthusiastic and you'd kind of like root for him. He'd be like, oh yeah, dude, man. You know, and it was always that kid, kind of like how you and I are always like, dude, we need to do better about eating right.
Mhm.
We gotta start eating. We gotta start.
We need to not
better.
be such worthless
You gotta
pieces of
start being
shit.
such pieces of shit. It's kind of like that kind of dude where it's like, I gotta start doing better in school. I gotta make something of myself. But then would always resort back to his old fucking kind of shitty kid ways.
Mhm.
So, anyways, he ended up getting dumped by some gal after high school. Getting dumped by some gal, and then she started seeing someone else, and he started like stalking them and like showing
that's
up
always-
and like being crazy and stuff.
not a good behavior.
So she worked as like a titty barista or something in Everett, and was getting dropped off by the boyfriend, and got dropped off by the boyfriend. The boyfriend was in his Mustang or whatever car he had, and then the dude I went to high school with ambushed him with an assault rifle and shot him right there in his car. Bow, bow, bow.
Wow.
And then hitchhiked his way across to Eastern Washington.
Man, he thought he was going to get away with it.
Yeah.
Like laundry.
And the guy died?
The guy, no, he's in jail still, and then they're still
No, the guy that was shot in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's in prison then. Yeah.
So the other dude's serving time
Yeah, and he's trying to...
for a
I think
crime
he
of
was trying-
passion.
He was trying to...
I don't know if it's passion if you've been stalking for a while.
Yeah, passion can
I
last
think
a
he
while.
was
How long
trying to
can
appeal
passion
it.
last?
He was trying to do something,
Yeah,
but... No, crime of passion is in the moment.
right.
Like, you can argue that O.J. Simpson was a crime of passion.
Well, he's innocent. He's found innocent.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Okay, allegedly, O.J. Simpson was a crime of passion.
Yeah.
But if you're stalking someone and you ambush them with a gun, then
Yeah.
it's definitely not
It's-
a crime of passion.
It's
Premeditated.
you have foresight and planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Can you not be passionate and plan ahead at the same time?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Everything's so black and white with the courts.
all right, well, thanks for listening, everyone. This is a great episode. I think the new format's perfect. Burger, the new and improved Brew in the Fruit, like Tim wants. We gave it to him,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought,
Well, I think we're gonna work in more stuff. We're gonna get more monetizable, but
I
you
feel
guys
like you're
put in
too
some
concerned.
effort.
I feel like you're too concerned about monetization. I just care about having fun.
Well, fun doesn't pay the bills, Burger. Fun doesn't pay for carpet cleaning and new couches.
All right. Well,
all right, everyone.
Go ahead, sign off, guys. Come on, wrap it up.
all right. Well, that's it. You can email us at brute.n.fruit@gmail.com.
You also follow us at Twitter at brute_n_fruit. We're gonna be live streaming live commentary watch along on Saturday, November 13th for
Saturday,
a
November
pay-per-view.
13th for AEW Low Gear.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit different format than it has been before, where it was kind of like we're watching and then kind of commenting. It's going to be more of a actual commentary.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily calling the move for move, but really kind of just commentating, a watch along, kind of like the Mannings watching Monday Night Football now on ESPN. That's a thing they do now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we should push that every show so we can really get
Yeah.
All your viewers will get real excited.
Tim hates wrestling. He doesn't understand.
Well, Tim
the
hates
nuance.
everything because he has a demon child smearing poop everywhere over his house.
And he
Hard
has
to
a
be
pregnant
excited.
and he has a pregnant wife who's
hard to
pregnant
keep the
with probably somebody
passion.
else's kid.
Yeah.
Hard to keep the passion up. And you guys are being such downers.
That was funny.
Well, at the time of when we're doing this, we're about to do a weekend away with The Moon is Flat. You guys are going to be coming with us, helping us out as kind of like the crew. I really appreciate that. We're going to be going to Chehalis on October 15th. playing at McFillers, I believe is how it's called.
McFilers?
If McFilers, McFillers, McFlyers, it's
McFly!
It's some fucking Mick.
and then October 16th,
McFly.
October 16th, we're going to be playing at the historic Wow Hall in Eugene, Oregon. That's a big venue, and I talked to the bands because we're hooking up with a couple bands from down there. They said they had a friend of theirs played there last weekend and had a really solid turnout. So people are going out to shows down there, and they're hoping to have about the same that they had. So that'll be really cool if we get to play in front of an audience of just a bunch of pretty much strangers and get maybe a foothold into that Eugene scene. When it comes to Chehalis on the 15th, we're going to have our friend Quentin play with us, actually.
All right.
You're coming still, right? Because I told him that you were going and that he was going to ride with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because apparently whatever band we were supposed to play with on the 15th backed out or not backed out there. Maybe it fell through. So it's just supposed to be us doing like a double set. So I was like, hey, Quentin, come down and play. So breaks it up a little bit. Anyways, October 15th and 16th, a weekend away with the moon is flat. You guys should, if you're not doing anything and you want to go on a road trip, more than welcome to. You guys are going to be there. I got you down on the list as crew members for the Wow Hall show. So you guys won't have to pay to get in.
Hey, perfect.
Cool.
I'm proud. Hey, I want to pay to get in, though.
What's wrong, Tim?
I just want a free hotel. I don't want
rude.
I don't want to be with those kids. So,
well, we're getting you out of there for a couple days.
thanks, guys.
So
It's tough.